Alright guys, today we're going to do a comparison of the 3 cheapest 14 megapixel cameras that I could find on eBay or Amazon. Today in the lineup we have a Tough Guard. I always wondered about these cameras when I see them on Amazon. Do they actually work? Is there any kind of quality to them? Then we got the Wild Game Innovations here. I've seen this camera a lot coming up just on searches for cameras, and I want to try to see if this actually had any decent pictures. Like I said, it's still all these 14 megapixels cameras here in the Stealth Cam. I have one Stealth Cam, but it's only like a 10 megapixel camera, but this is supposed to be a 14 megapixel, so hopefully they all comparison. They all in the range of $44. I know I paid $44 for this one. I paid $44 for this one, and I believe this one was closer to $50, just cause it came off eBay. These both come off Amazon. So I kept them in the wrapper that they came in. I haven't opened them at all. I wanted to make sure you guys knew I wasn't trying to do any razzle dazzle type stuff. So but this one came off eBay, came in just this regular envelope here. So we're gonna take these out, and what we're actually gonna do, we're gonna come over here. This is this tree right here. I'm gonna line those cameras up on that tree, and it's gonna be facing this food plot, this small food plot, and we're gonna couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks, we're gonna come back and check them, and we're gonna compare from picture to picture on who took what picture, how the quality is, and we're gonna look at the battery life on it also. So this tree, those cameras. Okay guys, I got them all set up. The Stealth Cam is up here on top, and I have to let you know a disclaimer here. Once I was setting this Stealth Cam up, I found out it was a 20 megapixel camera. It's not a 14, so he's basically out the game, but we're gonna let him play anyway just because he's here. And the next one is this 2 Guard. I'm kind of impressed with this camera. Like I said, this camera was $44. It actually came with a little mount that you can screw to the tree and screw the camera on, and plus it's got a colored screen that you can, with the settings, and you can actually look wherever the camera's pointing, you can see it on this screen. And that was kind of crazy. I mean, that was just $44. Hopefully it show good, and it'd be a well addition to the camera arsenal. But it has a lot of options on it, which was happy to see. I mean, when I bring you in and let you see it, and when I turn it on and see the options on it. And here we got the Wild Game Innovations. At first I put these to put the batteries in. It came with its own batteries, which was a good thing, and there was 8 of them. All cameras took 8 batteries, AA batteries. But when I put it in, it's kind of a little funky deal up under there, and when I put it in and turn it on, it didn't come on. So I thought it was something going on, but then I looked again, and I had to flip the batteries around inside there, which was a little confusing. And here are the controls to turn on the different options on the little LCD screen here. But it's straightforward. All the cameras had different kind of functions. I tried to set them for the same thing, and the other option here on the Wild Game Innovations here, it didn't give me a link time for the video, because I'm gonna do videos with all these. It didn't give me a length time for the video, so it might be 10 seconds, might be 30 seconds, I don't know. But I got them all set for 15 seconds delay in between videos, so hopefully they all will be synced, and it won't be nobody still recording while everybody else is recovering, that type thing. So let me bring you in so you can see the different options on these different cameras here. Okay, the Stealth Cam. The off and on button is right here. We turn it on, display comes up, and like I said, you can hit the menu and you can go through the date that says quit, delete the SD card and reset the thing. You can give it a custom name, audio on, off, length of whatever the video is going to be, the delay, and the resolution. You can set the resolution to 1080p, which was a good thing I found on that camera. But like I said, this is a 20 megapixel camera. So just to get out all that, we should be good to go on this camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back off, and we're gonna go down to the Tough Cam. And the good thing about this camera, they have side sensors. You can actually turn these sensors off or on. Like here, I got trees and bushes to the side here, so I got the sensor off. I'm just using the sensor in the middle. That helps with the trigger speed when a deer is walking across the camera instead of right in front of it. But everything here is going to be in front of it. So when you turn this camera on, down here at the bottom, it says on, setup, that type deal. So we're going to turn on the setup. And as you can see, it's got a screen and it's showing what's behind the camera. That, you know, for $44, you got something like that. And if I go ahead and hit menu, it comes up with the different menu options, resolution, series, you know, that type thing. And this does do 1080p also. It, like I said, the side motion sensors, sensitivity. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of stuff on this $44 camera. So, and you can even password protect the images on this camera, or I don't know if it's the camera or the images on the camera. You can put a password on there if you wanted to, but we're not going to go through all that. So I'm going to turn this one back off. And here on the Wild Game, you get this power button right here, and you press and hold it, and it comes up with the different options here. And you got the plus and minus, you can go up or down. And like I said, I don't know if you guys can see it. It probably won't focus on it, and I'm close. The camera's actually touching the the camera's actually touching the other camera. Oh, there we go. We can see right here. Right here in the images, it says still or video. That's all the options I get. Delay, it give me 15, 30, and a minute. So I got them on 15. That's why I try to set all of them too. One other note: this 2-guard camera right here, it did take a micro SD card. That's the only drawback that I've seen, besides the strap. The strap was kind of cheap on the lockdown here, which is not a deal breaker, but I can see that breaking here 2-3 more times you take that off. The actual Stealth Cam has a nice wide beefy strap. I mean, that would be no problem. That'll last for a long time right there. And the Wild Game here with these bungees, I never had a camera with the bungees on it, and I don't know if I like that or not. I know it's limit you on the size of the tree that you could put it on, and I can see that slipping out of your hand and coming around and pop you in the eye. So but that's my opinion on that. Like I said, I never had one with the bungee cords. Okay guys, we got them all lined up and they're ready to go. Like I said, in 2 weeks we'll come back and check them. Alright guys, which one you think showed the best out of these three cameras? Like I said, all these cameras are from $44 to $50, and all of them are 14 megapixels except for the stealth cam. In the settings it said it could set it to 20 or some low number like 4 or something crazy, but I bought it online, it said 14, so we're gonna say it's 14. But out of these three cameras, to me, like I said, the Wild Game Innovation was the first one I showed on the video, and it showed pretty good pictures to me, daytime and nighttime pictures. It was easy to work with. The battery life is still going good on them. They hadn't, like I said, this whole process took about a month, so the battery life is still good on the camera. The only drawback I seen was the bungee cords. I could see you not be able to put this on a bigger tree because the bungee cords are only going to stretch so far. Other than that, I didn't see any problems with this camera. I like it a lot. Like I said, for $44 you can't beat it. It does videos, it does pictures. So I like this camera, and if you're looking for a cheaper camera, this might be the one for you. And the stealth cam, I had this on the top of the tree, and it didn't. The first 2 weeks it didn't show anything but those crows on that first part of that video. So I moved it down to the bottom of the tree, and it started detecting deers and recording and all that good stuff. It showed pretty decent pictures. I'm not mad at it. But like I said, the only drawback to this camera, I really didn't see any. The nighttime picture was kind of gritty when it was on by itself, but when it had much light from the other cameras, it showed pretty decent. But the only problem I see, I guess, is the nighttime pictures with this camera. Like I said, if you're looking for a cheap camera again, and you just want to be able to take you know, pictures of the deers and that type thing, you're not looking for the high resolution type pictures, this should be a good camera too. Like I said, this was this one was the $50 ones I got off eBay, so this is just a couple of dollars higher than the other ones, but for the money it showed good. I wouldn't, you know, hesitate from using it at all. So, but the other one, I'm sorry about butchering the name of this camera. It's a 2-guard. That's what it said on the box, but I said tough guard, just saying stuff without thinking. But this camera, like I said, is $44, and it's got side sensors, which I did not use in this comparison. So I'm pretty sure that would help this camera out a lot. The camera itself, I liked it because it had a whole bunch of different options that the other cameras didn't have, and I haven't used those options on this camera yet. But for the money, you can't beat the display. And I didn't try to look at the pictures on the camera through the display. I'm pretty sure you probably could, but I didn't. I brought them back home and looked at them on my computer. But that was one of the drawbacks with this camera. To me, when I took it's a micro SD card. That's what another thing I say is a drawback, because most people don't have a micro SD card if you're not doing video, if you're not, you know, have a YouTube channel and videotaping everything you do. But I put the SD card in my computer, and I would run through the videos, and it would run for about 3-4 seconds and freeze up. But when I put them into my editing program and you know, doing the editing on this video, they played through. You know, they had a little choppiness in it, but it played through to the end, and I don't know what that was about. Like I said, when I just viewing the pictures off my SD card, they would freeze, or they wouldn't even play. They would just, you know, zip by in 1 second. So, but other than that, this camera was pretty good. It showed decent pictures. Like I said, it's $44, and it's got a ton of options on it. I'm pretty sure if you had time to play with this camera and get everything set up just right, and be able to play with it for a while to get it tuned to what you want to do, it'll probably be a pretty good camera, especially with the side side sensors here, you could probably sit that on the trail and get the deers coming from side to side better than any one of these other cameras. But other than that, guys, that's my comparison on this. Let me know which one you think showed the best. For everybody, you know, if they're looking for a cheap camera, they can go ahead and buy one of these cameras. Like I said, the Stealth Cam, the Cloak, and it's 14 megapixel. No, I take that back. That was the Wild Innovations. This is the Stealth Cam and the 2-guard. But I guess that's it, guys. I got one more thing I'm gonna do. This is the new year 2020, and Christmas just passed. I'm gonna do a giveaway with these cameras. Like I said, I got 3 cameras here, and I paid for these all with my own money. And I'm not gonna do a random type giveaway. I'm gonna give them away to 3 people that's been behind my channel for the, I know, at least last 2 years. They come in on every video I do, and I'm talking to them all the time, back and forth on the comments. So, Georgia Deer Hunter, I'm gonna give you one of these cameras. Please, I'm gonna put my email in the description. Give me your address. I will send one of these cameras. I'm just gonna randomly get the cameras out. And the Magnum boys, I'm gonna give you one of these cameras. And Family First in Macon, Georgia, I'm gonna give you one of these cameras. So all you guys, I'm gonna put my email in the description. Email me with your address, and I'll get one of these cameras out to you. Alright guys, I appreciate everybody watching. 2020 is the new year. I want everybody to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you hit the notification button, bell, and tell your friends about it, because we need to get our subscriptions up this year before we can do all the crazy huntings and fishing. Fishing's right around the corner here at the beginning of February, so we're gonna have a lot of things going on. Hopefully I can get some rabbit hunting in here before the end of rabbit season. Like I said, next week, well, whenever you see this video, on the 13th of January, hunting season is deer hunt season over here in Georgia. But hopefully we can get some rabbit hunting in, that type thing. But other than that, guys, fishing's coming up. So please, I'm gonna stop rambling. Email in the description for you guys for the cameras, and everybody, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Just help the channel out a little bit. And anything else in the I will put the links to these cameras in the description for if anybody wants some. You can go to the Amazon and pick one up, and like I said, use my link and it'll help me out in the channel for the 2020. So alright guys, we out of here. To the next video. Thanks for watching.